Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chris Loves Comics. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow is New Comic Book Day. I'm looking forward to that. But today I wanted to do something different. Today I wanted to go sort of a semi-deep dive over my favorite character and out of Marvel, DC, pretty much out of comics. I seem to go all over the place, but I've been reading a lot of this certain character, and a lot of his personality kind of, well, doesn't really resonate with me, but I respect him a great deal, and that is Daredevil. Now, one of the many reasons why I like Daredevil, Matt Murdock, if you don't know the backstory of him, he started off as a boy, grew up in Hell's Kitchen in New York, and his father was sort of a middling boxer. Matt's mother sort of stepped out of the picture, and it was sort of his father battling Jack Murdock, who is a boxer, sort of take care of Matt. But his father instilled him great values to, never give up, which was one of the many reasons why I like Matt Murdock. He never gives up on his friends or on his goal. He's very determined, and that in itself makes him very admirable in my eyes, also. And speaking of eyes, he was due to an accident where as a kid, he saw a blind man sort of cross on the street, and a truck carrying radioactive materials sort of sideswiped, and Matt pushed the man out of the way, but the radioactive material hit his eyes, and which blinded Matt, but it didn't leave him just blind. It gave him many benefits. All his other senses are pushed to 1,000. So to sort of explain that, he sort of has a 360-degree vision, which he can see behind his back. Well, see behind his back. The way he sees it is sort of a radar sense. The way sound sort of bounces from walls and from other surfaces, he can hear and see through that. But speaking of hearing, his hearing is so advanced he can actually hear if you're lying through elevated heartbeat or through elevated blood pressure. He can hear through that way. Also, his senses, he can smell from very far distances. He can hear from very far distances. So that kind of makes him very adept in espionage, also in subterfuge, and also to sort of getting the leg up on the enemy. But also, he learned how to fight through his father battling Jack Murdock, and he is an excellent combatant also too. If you read the books, he's a great acrobat. He is a great martial artist, and he's great in a fight. And another reason why I like Matt Murdock, he's a very human character. He is human, and he lives by a code that no matter what you've done, no matter how despicable or deplorable you are, everyone deserves their fair justice, whether it be in court or whether, to atone up to what you're doing. And I think that's very admirable. As human beings, we're very prone to sort of go to our anger and to sort of let our angry emotions sort of sway us. And he doesn't. He does get angry in the books if you do read them, but he lives by his code, and I think that's great. And another reason, and with his code, it kind of brings other people into the frame, like Punisher, who lives by his own code, and he has no problem killing. And there's a lot of great fights between Daredevil and Punisher. Kingpin is the biggest proponent for Daredevil, but those are some of the reasons why I like Matt Murdock. Now, if you're looking for reading material, I have with me the books that I have right now. I will be picking up Chip Zdarsky's run. I did read it. I loved Chip Zdarsky's run. I am waiting for, I guess Charles Soule's omnibus is out of print right now, so I'm going to wait for that too. I've sort of heard mixed reviews on that, so if you're a Daredevil fan like me, please in the comments below comment to see if it's worth taking. I've seen some videos where Phil Noto's the artist, and the art in itself, I'm a big Phil Noto fan. I know he's sort of hit or miss with some people, but I like it. But I'm going to go through some of the books that I got. Sort of an early Valentine's Day gift, I got a few books. I'm excited to read Daredevil Yellow by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Did not know these guys wrote and drew Daredevil. I'm a big fan of the Long Halloween and Dark Victory and Hush by those two gentlemen. Also, I did read these before, but it's been a while, so I'm looking forward to rereading them. Daredevil. These are both omnibuses by Ed Brubaker, and I believe the artist is Lark. Yeah, Phil Lark. Uh, if if you know Ed Brubaker, he is an excellent crime noir writer. All his stuff is great, and this book is no exception. I highly recommend Daredevil by Brubaker, but I would recommend you reading that after you read this run. And in my opinion, now I keep going between Frank Miller and this guy, who is the best writer for Daredevil. But while I do love Frank Miller, and it's a great run, and I'll show you guys. Frank Miller had great moments of Daredevil. He wrote and drew him for a while, but he did write, and Klaus Janson took over on art. Phenomenal story. You had some high moments of the death of Elektra, the introduction of Bullseye, the introduction of the retelling of Matt Murdock's origin in The Man Without Fear by Frank Miller, and of course coming out, I believe it's either this year or next year, Born Again through Disney, and I hope they do a real good job on that. I've seen some of the clips of Bullseye, and I've seen some of the clips of the characters Karen Page, Wilson Fisk, Foggy Nelson, and of course Matt Murdock. So I'm very excited for that. But in my opinion, this is the best run out of all the runs, and I have the entire Ultimate Collection of Brian Michael Bendis' Daredevil. Now, Bendis has kind of, in my opinion, sort of slipped. His writing is no longer, in my opinion, good. In his heyday, Brian Michael Bendis could write anything. He was, if you like the vein of crime noir, he was, that's where he got his start. If you've read Jinx, if you've read Goldfish, if you've read Torso, and also Powers, they're currently in Dark Horse trades right now. I highly recommend those as well. Those were, to me, his peak, but he kept getting better with, just if you also like, sort of adult crime mystery stories, Jessica Jones Alias, that omnibus is really great. And then the follow-up, Jessica Jones Pulse, that's really well done. If you've seen the Jessica Jones Netflix show, I like the books more, but Jessica Jones is definitely an interesting character with interesting villains, and she has an interesting life in herself. But Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis, I feel like when you read this book, you're reading a movie, and for the modern times, it still holds up very well. I mean, I think it was done in 1998. Yes, 1998. It's just a really well done book, and Chris Malieve is, or is it Brett? I'm sorry. Malieve is really great on art. It shows Matt Murdock at his all-time low and very minimal highs. He, sometimes as people, we go through our dark moments and stuff, and I think that's what Bendis gave. He gave a lot of humanity to Matt Murdock. I mean, there's a lot of great fighting, there's a lot of great action, but Brian Michael Bendis' version of Daredevil is definitely the end-all, be-all of the best run. But I do also have, before that, this guy sort of brought Daredevil back to me. Frank Miller brought back Daredevil, while Daredevil started off as sort of like a swashbuckler, sort of a pulpy character with Stan Lee, J.M. DeMatteis, and D.G. Chichester kind of brought him back up. I don't really like Ann Nesenti's run. She's very politically motivated, and not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just, I think she kind of got away from the story and the character of Daredevil, but that's just my opinion. But this guy sort of brought him back again, too, and this is Daredevil Guardian Angel by Kevin Smith, who you may know, Kevin Smith of comic book fame. He has a great Green Arrow run. He also has a great Green Hornet run that not many people know about. But you all obviously know him as Silent Bob with Jay and Silent Bob from Mallrats, Dogma, those movies. But this was a great book as well too. But I also have, as mentioned before, this would probably be my second favorite. I have the the entire run of Daredevil. I have Born Again, The Man Without Fear, and his Ultimate Collections 1 through 3. And I just finished. Now, this was, well, not finished. I finished the first volume of Mark Waid and Chris Samnee's Daredevil. This was really great. I like that they've sort of made him a little bit lighter. Daredevil, too much of his story is he's a very dramatic character, and he's a very sort of down in the down in the dumps character. He's very gritty, but they've sort of added some comedy to Daredevil, and I really like it. They go back to some old villains like Mole Man, Jester. I'm reading volume 2 of Daredevil by Mark Waid, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it very much. But this would probably be my third favorite run so far of Daredevil. But I just wanted to go over like sort of a semi deep dive with Daredevil. I'll go over some more characters, but I've been just reading a lot. As you can tell, I've been just reading a lot of Daredevil. He's a great character, and I think I've been reading through them quickly. So usually, if you read through a book quickly, it means you're enjoying it, right? But if you're looking for something new, if you're a big DC fan, or if you're looking for other non-Spider-Man characters, I'm gonna go over Spider-Man also too. He's my second favorite character, and but I want to do something new today as opposed to a haul video. Thank you guys for your time. I'm gonna put some of my friends in the description down below. I suggest you give them a look. They're really great people. There's a few of my buddies do some horror movie themed videos, and they're really well done. They're really great people. All right, guys. I will see you guys probably Friday because today I have the day off. I also have an interview today. I'm looking to sort of get out of my current job, and hopefully that goes well. But tomorrow I'll be picking up my books late, and I'll be working Wednesday and Thursday. But Friday I shouldn't have a haul review. But I hope you guys enjoyed the sort of deep dive. I'll go into it more as time goes on. But let me know what you thought of the video, and I'll see you guys on Friday. All right, take care. Bye bye.